Palladium is a platinum group metal with annual production primarily from South Africa and Russia. While South African mining companies extract platinum from the Earth's crust, Russian output is a byproduct of nickel production in Siberia's Norilsk region. Palladium demand has grown over the past years. The metal has been the favored ingredient in gasoline-powered automobile catalytic converters. Palladium's density and heat resistance make it the metal of choice for cleaning toxic emissions. In early 2016, the palladium price fell below $470 per ounce, where it found a bottom and took off on the upside. In late 2017 and early 2018, palladium rose to a new record high, surpassing the 1990 $1,035 peak. In 2020 and 2021, the price took off on the upside, reaching a series of new record peaks. The metal ran out of upside steam in May 2021, leading to a vicious and dramatic correction. The Aberdeen Physical Palladium ETF product, PAL, does an excellent job tracking the price of NYMEX palladium futures. Palladium rose to an all-time high in May 2021, along with lumber and copper. The rally in palladium began in early 2016 and continued until May 2021. The over 5-year bull market took the metal over 6 times higher. The chart shows that NYMEX palladium futures rose to over $2,800 per ounce in February 2020 before the global pandemic pushed the price down to just below the $1,450 level. The platinum group metal came storming back, reaching its all-time high in May 2021 at around the $3,000 per ounce level. The price nearly halved in value at the December low. The semiconductor shortage weighed on demand. The explosive price action turned implosive in palladium after moving to the all-time high in May 2021. The chart shows the correction from $2,985.40 in early May to a low of $1,549.40 in mid-December, a plunge of 48.1%. Palladium nearly halved in value on the back of the semiconductor shortage that caused a severe slowdown in automobile production. As new gasoline-powered cars stopped rolling off production lines, the demand for the metal that is a primary component in catalytic converters evaporated. Palladium is a green metal. Palladium recovered from the December 15 low and was back above the $1,900 per ounce level on December 23. As we move into 2022, addressing climate change will likely increase the demand for palladium as it cleans toxic emissions from the environment. Despite the recent failure of the US Build Back Better legislation, the Biden administration remains committed to policies that lower emissions. As the bottlenecks in supply chains and semiconductor shortages recede next year, palladium is likely to experience more demand in 2022 as it is a green metal. Going into 2022 closer to the 2021 low than high. The 2021 trading range in the NYMEX palladium futures market was from $1,549.40 to $2,985.40 or $1,436 per ounce. Before late 2017, the highest price the metal ever traded at was $1,035, so the 2021 range was wider than the previous record high. At $1,935.50 per ounce on December 23, palladium was below the midpoint of the year and lower than the closing price at the end of 2020. Palladium is heading into 2022 after a brutal correction and bounce from the low. The future path of least resistance of the metal depends on an increase in automobile production. The demand for new vehicles remains robust, but the supplies remain problematic. Since supply is always a function of demand, palladium demand could come storming back when the semiconductor shortage abates. PAL is the palladium ETF product. For those looking to position for an end to the semiconductor shortages, palladium could be the perfect metal to consider when constructing portfolios for 2022. The most direct route for a risk position in palladium is via physical coins and bars offered by precious metals dealers. The NYMEX Palladium futures contract has a physical delivery mechanism, so it does an excellent job following the palladium price higher and lower. At $180.03 on December 23, Paul had over $341 million in assets under management. The ETF trades an average of 41,175 shares each day and charges a 0.6% management fee. The volatile March palladium futures rose from $1,531 on December 15 to a high of $1,943.50 on December 23, or 26.9%. The March contract fell to a lower low than the continuous contract as palladium was in backwardation, where palladium for deferred delivery was at a discount to palladium for nearby delivery. The chart shows that the Paul ETF product rose from $143.06 to $180.61 per share over the period, a rise of 26.25%, as Paul did an excellent job tracking the metal's price. Paul holds physical palladium. Palladium had a wild 2021 where the price explosion led to a record peak in May, and the subsequent implosion took the price to almost half its level at the high. Expect lots of volatility in palladium futures in 2022. The metal's price action will depend on the semiconductor shortage and supplies from South Africa and Russia over the coming year. After an over 5-year rally, palladium declined. Time will tell if 2022 is another year when palladium comes storming back as it did after the $1,365.60 decline from the February 2020 high to the March 2020 low. Palladium is a highly volatile precious metal. Expect high price variance to continue in 2022.